Shawn Porter, the former two-weight world champion, has dropped a bombshell challenge that's got the entire fight community buzzing. Get ready to dive into this whirlwind of excitement because Shawn Porter has thrown down the gauntlet to none other than Gervonta Davis, and the ripples from this challenge are only just beginning. Shawn Porter didn't just issue your run-of-the-mill call-out. No, he brought the thunder with a challenge that was as raw and unfiltered as it gets. He didn't mince words. He simply stated, "I'm here and I'm ready, Gervonta Davis." The intensity in his words was matched only by the fire in his eyes, leaving no room for misinterpretation. This was more than a challenge. It was a declaration of war in the most casual yet assertive manner. In a world where trash talk and bravado are par for the course, Porter's challenge stood out for its no-nonsense, no-frills approach. It wasn't adorned with the usual cliches and carefully scripted PR narratives. Instead, it was delivered with the kind of casual aggression that can only stem from genuine conviction and a burning desire to prove oneself. But who is Shawn Porter, you ask? Well, let me tell you, he's no stranger to tough challenges. Known for his relentless fighting style and an uncanny ability to adapt to any opponent, he's shared the ring with some of the best in the business. However, challenging Gervonta Davis takes audacity to a whole new level. Davis has made a name for himself with his knockout power and undeniable swagger. So what's next? The ball is firmly in Gervonta Davis's court now, and the boxing world is holding its collective breath, waiting for his response. Will he accept Porter's challenge and step into the ring, or will he opt for a different path? The drama surrounding this challenge has already electrified the sport, and trust me, the sparks are far from dying down. But hold on, because there's more to this story than meets the eye. You see, the rumor mill has been working overtime since this challenge dropped. Word on the street is that there's some history between Porter and Davis, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You know how these things go, right? Sparring sessions, those behind closed doors battles that only the fighters and their teams witness. So, rumor has it that Davis took to Twitter not too long ago, claiming that he beat the A-word out of Porter during one of their sparring sessions. Yep, you heard that right. Twitter was ablaze, and it added an extra layer of spice to the mix. But Porter wasn't about to let that slide. He hopped on his podcast, The Porter Way, and set the record straight. According to him, he's never been in the ring and gotten significantly beaten during a sparring session. He even threw in a bit of humor saying, "I guess he feels like he got the best of me because I let him leave the ring alive." Ouch! Shots fired, folks. Of course, this Twitter exchange lit a fire under fans, fellow boxers, and analysts alike. Everyone had an opinion, and they weren't shy about sharing it. It's like throwing gasoline on a bonfire, and it added a spicy twist to the whole situation. But let's break this down a bit. Gervonta Davis isn't exactly a slouch in the ring. The man is a powerhouse with an unbeaten record and a knockout rate that's off the charts. It's like he has dynamite in his fists, and anyone standing across from him better be ready for fireworks. However, Shawn Porter, he's got experience on his side. He's no stranger to the ring's challenges, and his adaptability is legendary. The guy can switch gears mid-fight like it's nothing. But here's the catch. Sparring sessions aren't the same as a full-blown, lights-out in front of the world showdown. Porter himself knows it. He made it clear that when it comes to real fights, he's a different animal. Sparring sessions are like practice rounds, where you work on your game plan and sharpen your tools. It's not about winning, it's about preparing for the real battles that lie ahead. Plus, Porter's got the size advantage, both physically and in terms of maturity. So maybe he sees Davis's Twitter boast as nothing more than casual banter, perhaps even a bit of plain old bragging. In the grand scheme of things, Twitter beefs and sparring session claims are just appetizers. The main course, the one that's got the entire boxing world salivating, is the potential face-off between Shawn Porter and Gervonta Davis in the ring. But here's the icing on the cake. Shawn Porter thinks that a showdown between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Shakur Stevenson would be the most exciting fight in the world of boxing. And you know what? He's got a point. Let's rewind a bit. Gervonta "Tank" Davis made headlines when he knocked out Ryan Garcia in the 7th round of a major pay-per-view event. Over 1.2 million people tuned in to watch that bout. That's like a stadium full of fans, and it showcased Davis's drawing power and boxing skills. The guy is a beast in the ring, and he holds the WBA's regular belt in the lightweight division. Now on the flip side, you've got Shakur Stevenson, who's been turning heads with his technical prowess and defensive skills. He recently eliminated Shuichiro Yoshino of Japan in a WBC world title eliminator. Stevenson is a young talent with the world at his feet. Both Davis and Stevenson are on a collision course with Devin Haney, the current undisputed world champion in the lightweight division. But here's the twist. Haney's future in the division is up in the air. He might decide to move up to the 140-pound weight class. If that happens, the WBA could elevate Davis to super champion status. Now picture this. Stevenson, a highly skilled boxer with a bright future facing off against Davis, the knockout artist with a massive fan base. It's a clash of styles and personalities, and it's got classic written all over it. Shawn Porter himself thinks it's the best fight in boxing right now. He said, "When I look at the way both fighters box, I think it's a match made in heaven." And you know what? He might just be onto something. Davis's explosive power against Stevenson's technical excellence, it's like a recipe for fireworks in the ring. So while we wait for the dust to settle on the Twitter feud, and for Davis to respond to Porter's challenge, one thing's for sure, the world of boxing is alive and kicking. Fans are glued to their screens, eagerly awaiting news of this potential mega fight. The immediate future of Davis and Stevenson might depend on Devin Haney's decision about his lightweight title reign. If he decides to move up to 140 pounds, it could pave the way for Davis to become the super champion and Stevenson to face a formidable opponent for the vacant WBC strap. Either way, the anticipation for Davis versus Stevenson is building, and it could be a defining moment in both fighters' careers. But wait, there's more! Let's not forget about the buzz surrounding the lightweight division. It's like a beehive of talent and potential matchups. With or without these spicy Twitter exchanges, the boxing world thrives on such rivalry dramas. It only adds more zeal towards potential matches in the future, keeping fans hooked onto every movement, every statement, and every punch. But wait, there's more. Let's dive deeper into the potential matchup between Davis and Stevenson. Picture this. It's a packed arena. The lights are dimmed, and the atmosphere is electric. The crowd is on their feet, eagerly awaiting the clash between these two dynamic fighters. The clash of styles between Davis and Stevenson is what makes this potential matchup so intriguing. Davis's knockout power versus Stevenson's technical finesse, it's a classic battle of brawn versus brains. It's the kind of fight that transcends the sport and captures the imagination of both hardcore boxing fans and casual observers. But the excitement doesn't stop there. The lightweight division is stacked with talent, and the potential matchups are endless. If Devin Haney decides to move up to the 140-pound weight class, it could open the door for Davis to be elevated to super champion status by the WBA. This, in turn, could lead to Stevenson facing a formidable opponent like Vasily Lomachenko for the vacant WBC strap. So, as we eagerly await the next chapter in this thrilling saga, one thing is certain: the world of boxing is alive and well. From the Twitter exchanges to the potential mega fights, the sport continues to captivate audiences around the globe. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of boxing, where rivalries are settled not with words, but with fists in the ring. In closing, keep your eyes on the horizon, because the future of boxing looks bright. Whether it's Shawn Porter challenging Gervonta Davis, Davis versus Stevenson, or the myriad of other matchups waiting to unfold, there's never a dull moment in the sweet science of boxing. So stay tuned, folks, because you won't want to miss what's coming next in this action-packed journey.